All right, Jesse's back. We're going to talk about Hitman. I have been playing this game lately because I ran out of games to play while I'm waiting for other ARPGs to reset. And I wanted to give a special shout out and do another pros, cons type of video like I did for Torchlight Infinite. Hitman is a very entertaining game. It is all plus, plus, plus. I mean, way better than I expected it to be. Plus, it's way more content than I expected to find. So we'll just go through the pros and cons, and then I'll talk generally about the game. As I said, I've been playing Hitman quite a bit recently. Whenever I play a game, I usually play, I'm quite dedicated to it for a short burst of time. Similar to the way that I play every ARPG reset, I become very dedicated and committed and play every single day for, let's say, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just kind of depends on what's going on. But yeah, this game captured my attention, and I pushed it. I think it's about as far as I'm going to push it. I may play a little bit more, but I probably will switch to other games. But it is a all good from me. Thumbs up, approved. This is a positive review. So we'll go through the pros and cons here. The first one is it's fun and funny. So the game format as an over-the-shoulder third-person game, like, I don't know, Red Dead Redemption or Gears of War, I guess, or it is different in that it does not feel like a shooter to me at all. If you want to play a third-person shooter, there are some other games that I think are more specifically catered to that. This game is kind of like you get elements of Resident Evil 4, but you really don't shoot as often as you would think. And what this makes this game is like a stealth game that actually is quite funny. It surprised me how much entertainment value is in the stealth style of game, where you're wandering through a party, you don't want to get spotted, you eavesdrop on some of these funny AI conversations and interactions. You know, you throw a coin somewhere and then you hit someone on the head with a wrench, and you know, it's very it's a little bit of organized chaos, and at the same time it's so open world that it just feels fun and lightweight. Second pro here is content and options. This game has a whole new game mode called Freelancer. I haven't even played it. I mean, this game has a lot more content than you would think. You're like, oh, what is that? That's just you just play a campaign and then you throw the game away. No, there's so much in this game. There are challenges. There are these they used to have these, you know, temporary missions that you could do. I didn't actually do a lot of those. I was still playing the campaign at that time, and then they just released a new game mode that's supposed to be kind of like a roguelike where if you lose, you get set back really far, that kind of thing. And the challenges in particular and the mission stories, it just makes the campaign missions very replayable. You can replay the same mission a lot, and you can get something completely different out of it every single time. I mentioned to a text channel to some people, it's kind of like playing the same movie twice. Only the difference is that you change the ending, or you change the plot a little bit, or you change, and like it can be a completely different experience rewatching it. And so that moves us to the third pro, which is campaign and story. I have been playing so many action RPGs, Torchlight, Path of Exile, the Diablo franchise. I just forget that there are some games out there that actually have stories and cutscenes and characters and an actual interesting line of progress that has nothing to do with player skill or player agency. It's a legitimate story. This game has that. Hitman 1, 2, and 3, I played all the campaigns in order, linear fashion. And the very first thing I did was just play one mission at a time. I didn't go exploring my options. I just wanted to see what happened at the end. I was reading it like a book or watching it like a movie. I wanted to know what happened. And I was very satisfied. And it's nice to have that as a gamer who really just leans towards the action RPG type of thing where you don't even need a story, you just need the progress and the power fantasy and stuff. This game is very much more of a console game. Low pressure gaming is another pro. I find sometimes when I'm playing action RPGs, I feel like I don't want any downtime. I'm kind of impatient. I'm like, something needs to be happening. I need my dopamine. I need my loot drops, and I need to be fast. I need speed and fast and pace and like go, 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 growth, progress. This game, it feels much more lightweight, low pressure. I've played this game quite a bit while intoxicated, actually. Like, I came back from something and like I had a few beers, and like this game is totally like chill enough to do that. And I feel like in some ways the action RPGs, I don't know if they satisfy the apathy, laziness factor that sometimes I want in a game. This game is very chill. I mean, Torchlight was chill. This game is chill too. Sound and audio quality. This is another thing that is lacking from the action RPG space. If you play MMOs or ARPGs or even like, I don't know, like a Dota or Hearthstone or something, sometimes there's an incentive to turn all the sounds off and just play your own music, right? And like cut the audio from the game, get audio from somewhere else. I know that I do that when I play Diablo 2, and I'm quite fond of it, actually, playing music in the background. But this game actually has very good sound engineering, very good sound quality. Sometimes the sound is necessary because you like to hear what the NPCs are saying, and the music is good. And I don't know, there's something that was worth mentioning as a pro for sure. And then finally, last pro, challenging but not frustrating. I did play, I think Gears of War 5, and I found that when I lost, I didn't put it on the easiest mode, which maybe I should have in retrospect. But whenever I like lost a mission or got set back to a checkpoint or something like that, had to replay, I got immediately frustrated. The challenge was frustrating and not challenging. It was just immediately frustrating. This game, whenever I'm set back and I have to go kind of start over, let's say I have to start over a mission because I messed up, I feel like I'm like, okay, I made a mistake. I could have done that better. That was a little bit difficult, but I think I know how I'm going to do it again. And it felt a little bit more challenging in its approach and not quite as frustrating. But now, unfortunately, we switch right to the cons here, the bad part of the game. You just have to wait, ZZ. The reason I type this is because there is a lot of waiting in this game. Sometimes you just have to wait. Like you're in a box and you're supposed to wait until an NPC's conversation finishes, and then they start walking to the place you want them to walk, where you can subdue them, do whatever you need to do. And the waiting factor can be a little irksome. I think one of the examples of this is, you don't have, in some of the more difficult content, you can't save. And you're not supposed to save. It makes it makes the game super easy if you just saved every 5 seconds. But along that vein, I mean, sometimes you have to just replay the same sequence over and over until you get it right, because it's, part of the difficulty is like, oh, I don't want anyone to see me. I don't want to get spotted. And so you kind of have to have frame perfect actions. But as a result, sometimes that means you have to replay the same sequence again and again. And as a result, you have to watch the same NPC dialogue and watch the same NPC movement. Sometimes I wish that I could do what I did in my Game Boy emulator and freeze myself in place. My character stays exactly where he is, and I just fast forward time by like 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And I know that the game also has a timer, and how fast you complete a mission can benefit your ultimate score that you get in the end. But I still would prefer to have a fast forward button, because sometimes it is a little irksome to wait. Con also, map memorization or wiki search. There are elements of this game where you just need to know where the wrench is. It's like, Oh, the level, if you know where to find the crowbar, the level is extremely trivial and easy. But if you don't, it's very difficult, and you try to figure out a way around, or instead of breaking open the door. Um, and that, I haven't been looking up on Wiki, like, hey, where is the wrench in this level? Or how do you do this challenge? I've been trying to do everything myself because I feel like that's how you get the most fun and entertainment out of a game like this. But it has to be said that if you just don't know where certain items are, or you don't know where the best stairwell is, if you don't know the map, it just makes the levels a little more difficult and makes them take a little longer. And there is an element of frustration in that, where, if you just look it up, if you just Google it, the level is immediately trivial. And, I don't know. I don't necessarily love that. Limited progress and upgrades. I've been playing a lot of ARPGs, and it's my favorite genre. I love those franchises. And one thing that those games are very, very focused on, hyper focused on, is the ability for your own character to grow somehow and become better and stronger. In this game, you don't really have that. I mean, you as a player, maybe you get better. I know a little bit more about where to throw my coins, and I know I'm a little better at the gunplay in this game, even though I don't do it very much. I can be better as a player, but there's not really a progress bar for Agent 47, and it's not like you can't manipulate the gameplay. The gameplay is basically static, and in some ways it feels like there is no progress. I know that technically you can unlock things. You can unlock outfits, and you can unlock certain types of explosives and weapons as you progress and as you level up and all this stuff, but it feels like a very different progress bar than some of what I prefer, which is not that big of a deal, but I think to me it's a reason to lose interest in the game, I think. Con, I also put this in italics, the Epic Launcher. I have to use the Epic Launcher when I play this game, and it is a con. It sucks. I wish that I had found a way around this. Fuck the Epic Launcher. Okay. Other controller gaming, solo gaming, these are just things to be aware of. I play this game with a controller. You can play with a mouse and keyboard. I think that one of the reasons I have been playing this game for as many days, as weeks as I have, is because of the use of the controller for PC. I highly recommend it. It allows me to lean back and kick my feet up on my desk and really, really just veg when I play. And then also solo gaming. I mean, this is a very isolated experience. I think that there's like a Hitman community. I'm sure there is. And people that are like comparing each other's high scores and leaderboards and challenges. To me, this game is an isolated solo experience. Sharing this video with YouTube is as far as I'm going to get as far as like community driven stuff, I think. But we'll see. I think I might play a little bit of Freelancer. I might try some of the other stuff, but I think largely I'm going to move on to other games. This is kind of my MO. Play a game quite aggressively and intently, and be very focused and dedicated on it. And then I move on. But Hitman has been a lot of fun. I mean, the sound quality in this game and the music, I always forget how much I love that part of a game. And yeah, I'm not sure what I could share with you here in the screen to demonstrate how much progress I've made in the game and where I'm at. All I can tell you is that, I've beaten all the missions, and I've been attempting to beat all the challenges. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I guess if you have any tips or other things I should try in this game, let me know. Oh, there. See in the bottom left, it says level 107. Maybe that's... Oh, you can't actually see that. Whoop! No. There we go. There we go. So see in this bottom left area, 107. I don't know what that indicates. I'm sure the regular players of this game are like level 500 or something dramatic, but that's it for the video. Hope you loved it. I love you. We're the best team, you and I. Let's keep doing this. Goodbye.